Unravel travel aviation news. Emirates is doubling its Heathrow A380 services with more than 2,000 seats added to Heathrow weekly. Emirates will become London's Heathrow's largest A380 operator this year, with 4 of the double-decker aircraft to serve the airport daily. The deployment means 4 of Emirates' 5 daily Heathrow flights will be served by the A380, twice as many as any other carrier. Emirates have also commenced a daily flight from Dublin to Abu Dhabi. The service enables passengers travelling from Ireland to fly non-stop to Dubai and onwards to more than 100 destinations in the Middle East, Africa, Asia and Australasia. Etihad Airways will start offering onboard wireless internet access this year on its London route. At London Heathrow, Qatar Airways has opened its brand new premium lounge for first and business class passengers. The lounge is the first dedicated airport facility for premium passengers outside the airline's Doha hub.
Our biggest frequency to any European destination is to London. We come here 4 times a day and we are now increasing our frequency to 5 times a day. So it was only important that we have our own facility instead of going to people that have services that really doesn't match up to our 5-star ranking, our 5-star status. In Qatar Airways, we always like to do everything with class, and you will notice that Qatar Airways has been a leader in raising the bar for all the other airlines to follow. In this, we are very proud, and we will continue doing so. As you already know, we have a premium terminal in Qatar. This is now our first launch outside our hub, and we hope that with this we will be having similar lounges in other European destinations where we have more than 2 frequencies a day.
Qatar Airways has announced it will add a 5th daily flight from Heathrow to Doha in March. The service will be added on the 25th of March to meet the demand for the Olympics and push connections through London onto Bali, Bangkok, Melbourne and Perth, the latter of which is to be launched in the summer. Turkish Airlines has announced it will add 3 extra weekly flights from Manchester to Istanbul in March. The new flights will operate on Mondays, Fridays and Sundays from 25th of March and will total 10 a week during summer. The carrier believes its sponsorship with Manchester United has helped boost demand in the area on a route it has served since 1993. Air Berlin commenced flights from the 15th of January, non-stop from Berlin to Abu Dhabi, 4 days a week.
This inaugural flight was greeted by a traditional water cannon salute after touchdown at Abu Dhabi International Airport. Air Berlin will operate the new flights in conjunction with Etihad Airways.
Air Canada has announced that it is to reintroduce its non-stop service between Dublin and Toronto this summer, operating up to 7 flights per week from the 8th of June this year. The Dublin to Toronto service will be operated by Boeing 767-300 aircraft, offering customers economy class and comfort plus seat, and from the 18th of June, the B767-300 will be equipped with both executive first and economy class seats. Swiss International has announced the launch of a new 12 times weekly non-stop service from London City Airport to Basel, starting on the 21st of May. The third biggest Swiss city, Basel, especially attracts art lovers with countless museums, theatres, galleries and famous events such as the Art Basel exhibition. Virgin Atlantic starts direct flights to Cancun on June the 12th, while Air France announced 3 flights a week to this Mexican resort. Dubrovnik in Croatia will be served by 4 new routes from the UK this year, as the year-round destination becomes increasingly popular with UK travellers. Jet2 is set to launch from Newcastle International Airport this summer, while Monarch will fly from Manchester, Birmingham and London Gatwick. Flybe will operate 6 new routes from the start of the summer season. that offer up to 34 flights a week from 25th of March, expanding the airline schedule to 208 routes across its network. New routes include Newcastle to Newquay and Bergen. EasyJet and Volcanic Aviation have announced that successful testing has taken place of its unique Ash radar technology.
Easy 203 Yankee, London 12795. 795, 203 Yankee.
For a number of years now, we've been developing an instrument which we believe can detect volcanic ash in the atmosphere. During the eruptions in Iceland last year, in April last year, EasyJet were trying hard to get back into the air and make sure their passengers got to their destination safely. And they found me through the web, and their chief engineer rang me up and said, "We think you have an answer to our problem."
We decided there was enough there that we could collaborate to develop a detector such that if we had another eruption, we could minimize that disruption caused to our passengers.
So here we are today. The instrument behind us here is called the Airborne Volcanic Object Imaging Detector, or a VOID, and it's been purposely designed to look ahead from an aircraft and see the hazardous components in volcanic ash clouds. These are the first trials that we've done. So far everything's going well. We have a very flexible aircraft that can maneuver and take us to any position. It will fly up to 12,000 feet. So this is above the craters at Etna here, which is currently in eruption. And on board we have a monitor. So you basically see a visible image, it's a thermal image, but it's converted into something that we can see with our eyes. And it's able to distinguish ash, the particles that damage jet engines, from meteorological clouds, ice and water. The instrument can image up to about 100 kilometers for an aircraft that's traveling at 30,000 feet, so at cruise altitude or higher, which would give the pilot about 5 to 10 minutes warning. So he's able to tactically avoid any ash. If at the end of the trials we're satisfied with everything, we will move on to a larger trial, which is to mount it onto a commercial jet and fly much higher, 30 or 33,000 feet.
Well, I would hope by certainly the end of next year we would have a complete unit, even though it'd be the first production unit finished. And then what we would do is we would then place an order for a number of units that can be fitted quickly to the wingtip of our A320s, and we would hope that we'd have them available to us in 2013.
Scandinavian Airlines has officially been named Europe's most punctual airline for the third year in a row by the independent source FlightStats. Copenhagen is the airline's main hub, as well as being the main port for Baltic cruises. The city has a history that dates back to 1043 and offers a wealth of historic landmarks, significant buildings and interesting sights. And there are a variety of ways to see them. One way is to sit back, relax on a boating trip and watch the city float by. Or a popular choice is to explore on two wheels with a bike tour.
All the hotels in Copenhagen, we got bicycles. So the guests on any hotel in Copenhagen, they can have a bicycle, they can rent from the hotel reception, and then they can go around. And every day we have a free tour coming from the main square if they rent a bike from our hotel. Normally what we do, we have a group of people and we have a lot of bikes, and then we take them around Copenhagen 2 or 3 hours and we tell about the old city. We go to Christiania, around the town. In Copenhagen it's very safe to drive because there's bicycling lanes. So I would say anybody who can just sit and drive on a bike is able to do a bicycle tour in Copenhagen. That's what we do. Then we have a lot of rickshaws, and tourists take the rickshaws, drive around Copenhagen. There could be 2 people in the rickshaws. They are parked also, you can see up here. And we have 100 of those.
A must-see are the romantic Tivoli Gardens amusement park, a blend of time-honoured tradition and modern technology. The Round Tower is the oldest functioning observatory in Europe, and stars have been watched here since 1642. The observatory is encircled by an outdoor platform from which you have a magnificent view of the old part of Copenhagen. And while you are exploring, look out for the statue of the Little Mermaid. If you're looking for a good restaurant, look no further than the Old Meat Packing District of Copenhagen.
This restaurant is all about fresh food and seafood in a very high quality level, wine-wise, food-wise, and atmospheric. We just hit something that was sought after. But we really focus on the quality, but try not to be posh or snobbish about it. It's set in the meatpacking district, and it's a very old area. It's been here for 80 years, and it's all heritage, so you cannot touch anything. So we sit in an old meatpacker's house, where they used to butcher a lot of animals, and that's a very special setting. It's, for me, it's a very beautiful room.
In our next programme, we will be featuring London as it leads up to the Olympics, announcing more aviation and cruise news, as well as taking a closer look at Oman in the Middle East.